This is on. I almost spoke into a hot mic. If everyone can come and have a seat. If we need more chairs, there are chairs available here. We can move for you. If you want to grab a chair from the library, you are more than welcome to do that as well. And these front chairs are fine. We promise we will not call on you. You don't even have to worry about making eye contact. Come on in. There's chairs right here if we want to pull up a couple chairs here. It is so nice to see chairs. Come on, take a chair. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like there's something wrong if no one wants to sit in these 4 front chairs. It is so nice to see everyone here in person. This is the first time we've been together in, 3 years for this event. So thank you all so much for coming. Thank you. And just know how happy we are to see you all here. First, I would like to acknowledge that Northern Michigan University is located on the ancestral homelands of the Anishinaabe, Three Fires Confederacy, the honored alliance of the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi people. Before this land was called Marquette, it was known as Giche, Name, Bine, Zibing. And thank you so much. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce you or to welcome President Kerry Shuling, to welcome you here to this event today. We so appreciate your time in being here, President Shuling. And I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for Northern. You all know that President Shuling has been here in many roles. President Shuling was a student at Northern. She was a department head, a dean, the provost, and now she has given her time and her energy to lead us through this interim moment as interim president, and for that we are so thankful. So, President Shuling, welcome, and I will hand the microphone over to you for a few minutes. Please.
So let you know, I'm just getting over a cold. I'm COVID negative. Several tests have been taken. Nurse by background, and Lisa is right. Thank you very much. I have been here a long time. I like to say I've been here since God was a boy. I also will tell you a secret of mine. I'm a nurse by background, nurse midwife for many years. As a nurse, I could never, I loved practice. I loved clinical practice. I could never understand why we had to learn research. I was never going to get a PhD. And actually, after I finished my baccalaureate here, I was sure I was never going to take another test. So you can tell what happens in a lifetime. The research that you learn as undergraduates will do you well in all facets. One of the things I think that it helps the most is how to problem solve and to think through things. So to really look at things from all sides. And, as a young nurse, I probably didn't even realize I was using that process because, we called it the nursing process. But if you compare it to the research process, they are actually very, very similar. So, I went about my career and became a nurse practitioner and then a nurse midwife, and I got interested and started asking a lot of questions because I'd been practicing for a long time about the care and whether we were doing it right. So I used a friend of mine who was a nurse researcher at Grand Valley at the time. We did a wonderful study, and I thought it was great. So then I wanted to do another one, and she said, "You need to go back to school." So she who said she would never, ever get a PhD went back to school. So beware. Every time you think it's all over, it never is. As the interim president of Northern Michigan University, it really is my honor to welcome all of you here today to our 26th annual celebration of student scholarship. This event is one of the annual events at Northern Michigan University that really demonstrates why we are all here. It highlights the outstanding work of our students, the dedicated teaching and mentorship of our faculty, and the guidance of our staff. This is an event that always makes me think what a great day it is to be a Wildcat. I'm very proud that this is the 26th celebration. Clearly, we've been honoring our students and their work for a very long time. I want to thank the staff in the College of Graduate Studies and Research who have been so dedicated and spent many hours working to make this event happen. Celebrating the scientific and creative endeavors of our students is fundamental to Northern's mission. The annual celebration of scholarship is a reflection of the institutional culture of scholarly inquiry and NMU's relationship with Marquette and our regional community and beyond. Clearly, the students who share their projects demonstrate their initiative and their innovation, and they have made the most of the opportunities presented in their academic programs. Hats off to all of you. I know as you look at many of the posters on an amazing range of topics, you'll be inspired. The topics cover everything from environmental issue to the study of public policy to healthcare and social change to creative writing. And remember, the work presented here is accomplished by undergraduate and graduate students, and it is representative of the disciplines and programs across our university. It's also important for me to express gratitude on behalf of the university to the faculty advisors. They have put a lot of time and care and effort into mentoring their students through this research and creative process and the service endeavors. They bring students into their labs. They bring students into their studios, digital spaces. Sometimes they bring them into their homes for gatherings. They participate in this process of scholarship. It's a partnership. They foster students' academic creativity while nurturing their curiosity requires outstanding mentorship. So thank you, faculty advisors. Students, I congratulate you on your work this semester and on the creative pieces you've prepared to share with us today. I know how much time and effort goes into developing posters. Oh boy, do I know. Thank you for going the extra mile. It's such a busy time of the semester. To participate in this very special tradition of Northern's is very, very meaningful. Your work recognizes the contributions you are making to our academic community and suggests all the contributions you'll be making throughout your careers. I've heard from some of you that are a little nervous today. Please don't be. Your fellow students, faculty, staff, administrators, and community members believe in and support your work. And you have to know, you know more about it than anybody else because it's your work. Everyone, please enjoy the opportunity to view the posters, listen to the student presentation, and talk with our students about their work. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, President Shuling. Again, welcome to our first time back together in real life. We really appreciate this. I just want to let you know that we have had 2 virtual events, and this event is a hybrid event. We had to plan not knowing what the pandemic was going to bring us next, and we'd be prepared to pivot. So some of the student work is here, and some of the student work will be available to you on the Commons. And I have to just say a big shout out and thank you to Kevin McDonough. Where are you? There you are. Wave for helping us with that virtual format, because I don't know what we would have done without you. So we really appreciate the time and effort you spent helping us put this together. There are so many people that we need to thank, and if you don't mind, I'm going to take a minute to thank some folks. Thanks to the library staff for having this space for us, for helping us get things set up, for setting up chairs. We still have some more chairs up here, by the way. And I would also like to give a big shout out to the College of Graduate Studies and Research staff. You're kind of scattered about, and what I would like you to do now is make yourselves known, please. I see a couple trying to hide over there. Wave, stand up if you're sitting down. And I actually want to know how many of you have started who joined our team during the pandemic. Raise your hand if you joined our team during the pandemic. Yes, that's you, Stacy, raise your hand. And if you look around, you'll know that most of us have never been at this event before in person. There's just, Heather and Janelle and me and Lindsay. Where are you, Lindsay? Over there, who have seen this before. So this is new to a lot of people besides just the students who might have only been here for a couple of years. You haven't experienced this before either. So this is kind of a hybrid version of the celebration, and we will be looking forward to hearing what you think about it and also inviting you to help us prepare for next year so that we can continue this tradition. 26 years, it's actually 27, but we kind of had a down year during the pandemic. That's a tradition that is strong here at Northern, and we want to continue that tradition as we move forward. So, students, I was going to ask you to stand, but a lot of you already are. So, if you are a student, raise your hand or stand if you're sitting. We look around. Welcome. You are the reason we're here. So, thank you. Congratulations on completing the research that you're sharing with us here today. You are all winners in our minds and in our eyes and in our hearts. I would like to also say that for every student here, there are several who are not for various reasons, and I would like to make sure that we reach out to those students and let them know they are as supported and in our hearts as the students who are standing here with us today. Next, faculty and faculty mentors. If you're sitting, could you please stand? And if you're standing, can you raise your hand? I see you. So you need to stand up because I'm not going to miss it if you don't. And we'd like to give those faculty mentors a big hand. You are the inspiration for these students. The celebration relies on your dedication to students and your field of expertise, and the way you ensure the future of your field by preparing the next generation to take their knowledge further is an inspiration to all of us. So thank you so much for all that you do. We really appreciate it. I also want to note that each of us, we've come through the pandemic, we've come through some very stressful times, and we still are processing these times as we're here together today. So I just want to also acknowledge that we are working together, that we need to support one another, and that we are here in the College of Graduate Studies and Research for students and faculty alike. If there's ever anything we can do to make your lives easier or to comfort you in some way, if that happens to be what you need at the moment. We think we're fun. We also think we're funny. I think I'm funny. But, I don't know what you think. But let me get to the end of my shtick, and you might decide you think I'm funny. But we've all suffered loss in this time. And I just keep thinking about the contemporary philosophers that all of us know well who say, be excellent to one another. And for those of you who don't know who they are, that's Bill and Ted. Maybe I'm dating myself because I was there at the beginning of Bill and Ted, but it's always something that I keep in my mind. Be excellent to one another. It's just easy to remember and has quite a depth to it as well. Being here demonstrates the resilience that we've had throughout this pandemic and throughout the time that you've been here in your studies and faculty, the time that you've been here leading those studies. We have 2 more weeks to get through this year. And I just love that this is a way for us to end the semester, to end the academic year, but also to begin the marathon of the next 2 weeks. And I wish you all the very best as you complete all of the requirements that you have for this semester. I also wanted to recognize Dr. Jan Chupak for being here today. Dr. Chupak is the chair of the Faculty Grants Committee and also has been a staunch supporter of undergraduate research throughout her time here. So I appreciate the time that you have dedicated. It's a tough job, so thank you for doing it. Also, I just have to, he doesn't know I'm about to say this, but I'd also like to recognize the president-elect of the AAUP, Dr. Rick Mengen. If you could just stand up and give us all a wave. Because again, we really appreciate that you step up. We appreciate your leadership, and I look forward to working with you in the next, hopefully, maybe more than 1 year. And Christine, I have to say hi to Christine. Okay, so onward. Every university is struggling right now, and to identify and remember the roots of what we do. And again, this represents to me and to staff and to all of you what is important to us and what we focus on throughout our time here. Got to say a shout out to Stacy Schwenke for leading the way to organize this event. Tess, where are you, Tess? Tess saying thank you so much for all of the work that you've done. The whole staff, I'm not suggesting that the whole staff wasn't part of this, but I really have to shout out for the two of you. And where's Tyler? Tyler Thompson. Tyler Thompson just joined our team in December and has quickly established himself as a leader with us. And I don't know what we would have done without you, Tyler. So everyone, if you have a chance after I stop talking, to say hi to Tyler and welcome him to Northern. And Chelsea, where are you? There's Chelsea Sundberg, same thing. Joined us recently and has been instrumental in making this event possible. So now, I suppose you want to know who the winners are. You're all winners. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, bye. Just kidding. We have ribbons for you, so when we announce the winners, we will bring you up, hand you the ribbon, but you have a responsibility with that ribbon. You have to take it and put it on your poster, because that ribbon needs to stay there and show that your poster has received a ribbon. So don't be walking off with it when we hand it to you. There's a job that goes along with that. But before we go into the winners of the poster event, of all the events, I would like to invite Dr. Mengen to the podium, because first we're going to give the Technology Award, and I'll let you take over from there.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Eckert. And I'm not used to being mic'd, and if any of you had me in class, you probably recognize that. So tell me if I'm talking too loudly or too softly. Also, for the poster winners, you're supposed to wear the ribbon tomorrow to class. Maybe. All right, so as I was introduced, I'm Rick Mengen. I'm Associate Professor of Physics, fairly scholarly active here, and I've been here for 5 years now, 6 years, something like that. I'm here in the capacity of the chair of the Educational Technology Resources and Policy Committee, who's responsible for, or one of our responsibilities, is reviewing the applications and selecting the winners for the Student Technology Innovation Award. For those of you that don't know, or those of you that do, here we go. The Student Technology Innovation Award recognizes students' creative use of technology and innovation within their academic disciplines. The purpose of this award is to identify and reward exemplary students who have utilized innovative technologies in their particular subject areas at NMU. This award is open to all current NMU students, including teams of students up to 5 people, undergraduate or graduate. A big thank you to the College of Graduate Studies and Research, who sponsors this award. This is a great opportunity for our students, and I hope that this is a tradition that continues. We have many people doing very interesting and creative work here at NMU, and we have several great projects or work submitted as applications for the award this year, and it was, as usual, challenging to select only 2 winners. So typically, the award winners themselves are asked to give a 1 to 3 minute talk just to briefly explain their project. They may or may not have a poster or a talk here, but instead, today I'll do my best to summarize their work. And I'll also introduce Professor Lenson, who is Secretary of ETRPC, also helps out with the leadership. That being said, I'll point out that as one of her students submitted an award, she had nothing to do with the selection or review process, so it was completely impartial, and she recused herself from it, so there is no impropriety there. So, on to it. There were 2 award winners this year in no particular order. We'll start out with Mr. Matthew Vaught, whose project title is Interactive Virtual Automotive Hacking Classroom Activity, supported by advisors Mr. Miller and Dr. Mark Horton. Mr. Miller is the director of the Upper Peninsula Cybersecurity Institute, and Dr. Mark Horton is in the College of Business. If you all are here, come on up. Okay, so this, yeah, come on. All right, so we'll summarize this project first, and then on to the second winner. So this specific project that was submitted for this award was a creation and implementation of a hands-on training exercise to teach high school students about hacking cars. At UPerCon last November, Mr. Vaught's project was used where 40 students at a time would spend about 30 minutes learning to hack cars in the lesson developed by Mr. Voigt. The students would then move to another room and a new group would come in, and there were only a few minutes to reset the 40 workstations, which is, of course, impossible for a single person to do going through and pushing all the buttons. So, in less than 10 minutes, time frame anyways, without some assistance. So in order to do this work, Mr. Vaught created virtual machines that were pre-configured for the hands-on auto-hacking exercises that could then be real-time reset remotely by a single person operating from, presumably within the room, but dealing with all those workstations. So then the students ran a series of commands on their own machines to do things like unlock doors, change the speedometer, and so on. Mr. Vaught took this a step further by configuring the 40 machines to be able to be remotely controlled by him and automate several aspects of the exercise to be able to reset while they were doing it, reconfigure it, or of course reset during the break so that every student was able to have this hands-on experience. It's my understanding there were a total of about 200 students present that worked through that exercise, so in 5 groups. Ultimately, this technology was reported to have worked very well and the event was successful. So we appreciate the creativity in his designing such an educational activity, the participation in this community outreach, which is essential, and of course the extensive work that Mr. Vaught put into such a project. We are pleased to present the Student Technology Innovation Award to Mr. Vaught and also acknowledge the support from Mr. Miller and Dr. Mark Hortson. So congratulations. So, I need to sign this. So, you want me to do that? Okay, the second winner, again, in no particular order, was Jacob Hausman. The project title is Program Portraits, supported by Professor Lenson, who's an art and design who specializes in photography. This specific project submitted for this award was developing and implementing a new and unique way to create a photo. This technique has only been used by a select number of artists, and the methods used by Mr. Hausman were purely developed by him. In summary, this photographic project utilizes artificial intelligence to create images based on keywords. The main task is to create what the AI thinks the perfect human looks like based on keywords selected by the creator. This project was creative in the field of fine art photography. It's my understanding that the vast majority of photographers are still concept-driven makers that utilize common tools such as cameras and the editing software to complete their work. What Mr. Hausman has done has completely removed the creation of the work from the artist's hands, except for providing some parameters for the machine to work within. This is well aligned with the ideology of conceptual art, mainly that once the idea of the piece is established in the artist's mind and the final form is decided, the process is then carried out blindly. There are many side effects that the artist cannot imagine, which produces this type of art. So to reiterate the point, the use of AI, or artificial intelligence, to produce the photographic portrait is unique in the field of fine art photography. And Mr. Hausman demonstrates significant drive and motivation to explore this concept as demonstrated by his successful creations. So it's a shame he wasn't able to show some of the work right now, but perhaps it'll be on display somewhere sometime soon, or maybe it is available and I just haven't found it yet. Well, there you go. Beautiful. So we appreciate the creativity and efforts put forth by Mr. Hausman and applaud the result, and of course the support from his faculty mentor. So we hope he continues your creative endeavors as well. Congratulations. Okay. Thank you.
Do we have ribbons somewhere to hand? So come on up, Tyler. So what I'm going to do is announce the winners, and I'll start with third place, and I will also ask the faculty mentors if they're here to come up too. So I'm looking around. If the faculty mentor isn't here, well, that the students can represent just as well. And if for some reason, because we know there are classes going on and classes are very important, if somebody isn't here because they're in class, we will find the poster and put the ribbon on for them. Okay, are we ready? So, and oh, by the way, one more thing. I forgot to thank Cam Hadley for the program. So I don't know if Cam is here, but boy, he went to extraordinary lengths to make sure that we had the program ready and that it looked really good. So we appreciate that too. So undergraduate upper division. I'll start with third place, goes to Annika Desai, who, by the way, is also a freshman fellow from biology. Mentor is Dr. Galbraith, and the title is Passing Through Beringia, right? Enhanced sampling resolves the history of intercontinental dispersal. So, big hand. Is Annika here today? There's Annika. Dr. Galbraith? You. Congratulations. There's the congratulations and thank you. Next, second place goes to Ryan Hines from biology. Faculty mentor, Dr. Jill Leonard, who I see. The importance of reference points in orientation in a current by juvenile mummichang, which is also Fundulus heraclitus. Congratulations. Just make sure you wash your hands. And if you don't want me to shake your hand, you don't have to. We can do a fist bump or elbow bump instead. Sorry about that. And in first place, we have Aaliyah Edwards from chemistry, who is also a McNair scholar, by the way, and Dr. Yang Yoro, I hope I said that properly, development of a nucleic acid-based fluorescent ATP biosensor. So congratulations, first place. Want to do fist bump? Congratulations. Have a stand here. And can we, yeah, picture? Okay, we got the picture. So thank you so much. Make sure you stop by those posters. Take a look. When you're looking at all the posters, of course. Now, undergraduate lower division. In third place, Maya Strasny, who is also a freshman fellow, by the way, from biology. Her advisor is Dr. Belton. Genetic analysis of CRISPR, Cas9, Basigen knockout T98 glioblastoma clones. Yes. Congratulations. Are we here? We'll make sure that that ribbon gets on the correct poster. In second place, Bianca Weidrink, who is also a freshman fellow from chemistry, mentor, Dr. Leonard. The effect of rearing container volume on rotifer colony success. Congratulations, come on up. Good job. Oh, I know, we're already infected. Congratulations. And in first place, Sydney Romps from biology. Dr. Lafferty is the mentor. The title, Daily Activity Patterns Among Apex Predators in the Northwest United States. Is Sydney here? All right, we will make sure that that ribbon goes on the correct poster. Again, got a picture? Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations. Now, for the graduate level winners, in third place, Laura Whipple from biology. Dr. Lafferty is also her mentor. Laura, there you are. Congratulations. Title, Integration of Multiple Data Sets to Evaluate Red Fox Distribution. Congratulations. Second place goes to Nahir Negron Fernandez in HHP, Health and Human Performance. Dr. Kilgis is his mentor. Excuse me. Ischemic preconditioning improves time until failure during rock climbing specific tasks. So congratulations. Can I take your hand? Sorry. Remember to wash that one. Don't touch your face. Okay. And in first place, Justin Pinero from biology. Dr. Lafferty is the faculty mentor. Where am I? Plasma and fecal cortisol metabolite concentrations following an ACTH challenge in captive brown bears. Wow, congratulations. You mind? Wash your hands, don't touch your face. Congratulations. Got the picture? Keep flipping over that way. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And in the group category, third place, Grace Krahenja. I know I didn't say that right. I'm sorry, Grace. From biology, Dr. Lafferty again is the faculty mentor. The title, Lake Superior Drowning in Microplastics. Do we have that group here? Here we go. Come on up. Congratulations. In second place, Samantha Nelson from Health and Human Performance. Dr. Moore is the advisor. Bystanders' ability to provide high-quality CPR through fatigue is Samantha here. We'll clap anyway. And we'll make sure the ribbon gets on the right poster. And finally, in first place for the group, Nadia Finley et al. And from biology with Dr. Leonard. Step up here again, Dr. Leonard. Yes, you do. Oh, come on. Ecological impacts of invasive species. Okay, we'll make sure that that ribbon gets on the right poster. But again, I want to point out that every student here is a winner because we have posters, and I know how much work it is to get those posters out there, and we so appreciate it, and it's so much fun to see them. And please, everyone, take some time to walk around, talk to the students about their work, and enjoy this time because this is, after all, a celebration. Next time, we promise we'll have a disco ball. And that's all we got for you. Thank you so much for being here. I know someone who has a disco ball.